In the news, the federal government attributes the acute shortage of doctors, nurses and other health professionals in government hospitals across all levels due to the increasing immigration syndrome. Governor BABAJIDE SANWO-OLU says over 43,000 people now use the waterways to commute in Lagos State. The Bank of England is set to roll out the first banknotes bearing the image of King Charles III by mid-2024. England completed a historic 3-0 clean sweep over Pakistan on the fourth day of the final test in Karachi. And this is the MLC TV News Hour, reaching live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. Good day, I am Matthias Ayodeji Peter. The Minister of State for Health, Nkama, has lamented the acute shortage of doctors, nurses and other health professionals in government hospitals across all levels, local, state and federal, including tertiary health institutions due to the increasing immigration syndrome. The minister said this while speaking at the inauguration of bedded intensive care unit, neonatal intensive care unit, pediatric intensive care unit and labor ward at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. Nkama said LUTH and other tertiary health institutions are facing an acute shortage of health professionals due to the effect of brain drain and work overload. Represented by the Director of National Cancer Control Program of the Ministry, Dr. David Atuwo, he said this JAPA syndrome is adversely affecting services in our hospitals to the extent that some wards are closed for lack of personnel to man them. Nkama added that the Federal Ministry of Health with other government agents, including the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation, is working very hard to ensure that existing staff is replaced as soon and seamlessly as possible. The minister continued that the inauguration of the three projects has shown that hard work of the Board of Management and staff of LUTH over the years and has resulted in the current success. He described the project as a testimony and a thing of pride, especially for the outgoing Chief Medical Director. The State Governor Babajide SANWO-OLU has said, over 43,000 people are now using the waterways to commute in Lagos State. He attributed the rise of waterways passengers in the state to the state investment in water transportation. SANWO-OLU stated this while inaugurating the State Waterways Monitoring and Data Management Center at the 5 Cowrie Terminal headquarters of the Lagos State Waterways Authority, LAUSWA, in Falomo, Ikoyi, Lagos. The Data Management Center, which is a centralized monitoring base for all activities on the Lagos waterways, is expected to enhance security and improve inland waterways transportation network in the state. Traffic gridlock is a common phenomenon in Lagos, and according to the governor, traffic management and transportation remains core of his administration economic development plan. He added that in the last 3 years, waterways transport had been given special attention as part of the effort to create multimodal transportation system in the state. SANWO-OLU said there have also been a visible reduction in both mishap achieved through their massive intervention in safety equipment and donation of free life jackets across the 15 local government areas accessible by water. The governor also inaugurated LAUSWA Search and Rescue Unit, which will be responsible for patrolling and enforcing the state's waterways rules and regulation. The governor stressed the activation of the monitoring gadgets and infrastructure will consolidate the government effort in making the state waterways safer for its users. Frontline anti-corruption activists have risen strongly in support of the position of a former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Dr. OLISA AGBAKOBA, against what they describe as politicization of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. According to them, the Commission's recent actions, especially against the Kogi State government, portray it as a compromised political tool. The activists, who are leaders of various frontline anti-corruption organizations, including Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, Center for Public Accountability, Coalition Against Corruption and Bad Governance, African Labour Research Center, and Secure World and Liberty Initiative for Peace, among others, specifically call on President Muhammadu BUHARI to call the EFCC to order and move to save the image of the government as regards its commitment to an unbiased war against corruption. Singling out what they describe as an unending persecution of the Kogi State government, the activists said the EFCC's job was not tidy, as it has given a loud impression that there was a political axe to grind with the state beyond mandate of the commission. The Independent National Electoral Commission has expressed concern that persistent attacks on its facilities were threatening successful conduct of the 2023 elections. The Commission also lamented that its past effort to curb vote buying failed, adding that the device could mar successful conduct of the elections. The Electoral Commission expressed the concerns at two different events in Abuja as part of the preparation for the elections. Speaking at a two-day workshop on political violence and election security organized by the National Defense College in collaboration with African Global Empowerment and Development Network, the INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu insisted that there must be an end to attacks on its facilities as well as the insecurity ravaging parts of the country if the Commission must conduct free, fair and credible elections in 2023. Yakubu added that if the attacks continue till next year, they could impede the successful conduct of the polls. He also said if the insecurity in some parts of the country did not cease, it could affect candidates' chances of having the required numbers of voters stipulated by the Constitution to be declared the winner. The chairman, who was represented by INEC National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voters Education, Festus Okoye, stated the Commission is preparing well for the 2023 general elections, although they have recorded some reverses in some of the states of the Federation in relation to attack on some of their facilities, leading to the destruction of ballot boxes, voting cubicles and permanent voters' card. They have the capacity to recover from this attack. He noted since the 2019 general elections up till 2022, the Commission have recorded 50 attacks in 15 states of the Federation. The ones they recorded in 2022 are the ones that they considered systematic and coordinated. They are targeted at derailing the Commission from conducting free and credible elections. Yakubu further stated that, for instance, if no winner emerges on February 25, the law stated that they have to conduct a second election within 21 days and only 2 candidates out of the 18 will participate in this second election. The candidate that records the highest number of votes in the election will be considered number 1. The second will be that the candidate that secures the majority of the votes in the majority of the states. It stated that the Commission had sought the help of the National Assembly as well as the security agencies to ensure that its officers and staff security were given priority. In our own politics, female governorship candidates in different political parties on Monday promised to be better than their male counterparts if elected into office during the 2023 elections in Nigeria. They also carpeted most politicians, especially the governors, for their failure to deliver dividends of democracy to the electorate who voted them into power. The women governorship candidates bared their minds in Abuja during a consultative media rally jointly organized by Women Radio and Women in Business, supported by the United Nations Women Nigeria and the Government of Canada. The United Nations Women's Country Representative Beatrice Eyong observed that though the proportion of women in parliament has doubled globally since 1995 to 26.4%, this has not been the case for Nigeria, as women's political representation have been on a steady decline from 1999 to date. The executive director of WIMBI's Asinatu Adebite deployed the low representation of women in politics and governance, but expressed optimism that if they cannot get it in 2023, women would have brighter chances in 2027 and beyond, both in politics, appointments and governance. The governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in Abia State, Gladys Ngozika Johnson Ogbuneke, said bad governance was responsible for the #EndSARS protest that engulfed the nation in 2020. The governorship candidate of All Progressive Grand Alliance in Niger State, Khadijat Abdullahi, said despite the fact that the state has the largest land mass in the country, the government has failed to harness its potentials. She insisted that women must get out of their comfort zone to change the negative narrative. The governorship candidate of Action People's Party in Delta State, Annabel Cosmos, stressed the need for women to change the narrative. According to her, one of the major factors militating against women in politics was the lack of funds. Eyong expressed the UN's commitment to strengthening their partnership with government actors, the private sectors, the media development partners and civil society to advance women's political leadership in the 2023 election and beyond. We go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. And now on crime. Dr. Doyin Ogupe, a former senior special assistant to ex-president Goodluck Jonathan, was on Monday found guilty of receiving over 200 million naira cash from a former national security advisor, Sambo Dasuki. He was therefore sentenced to 2 years imprisonment by Justice Ijoma Ojukwu of a federal high court in Abuja, with an option of 500,000 naira fine on each of the 26 count charges for which he was found guilty. Delivering a judgment, Justice Ojukwu held that Okupe, who is the first defendant in the suits filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, violated the Money Laundering Act. She said he had up to 4:30 p.m. to pay the fine option totaling 13 million naira on all the charges he was found guilty or be sent to the Kuje Correctional Center. Justice Ojukwu, in sentencing Okupe, considered the pleadings for leniency from the convict's wife Omolola and his son Adesukomi. Consequently, the court found Ogupe guilty in counts 34, 35, 36 to 59 and set him free from count 1 to 33 because the prosecution failed to establish the charge of money laundering and criminal breach of trust and corruption against the NEC. It was, however, gathered that Ogupe succeeded in paying his fine before the deadline and was allowed to go. Shortly after his release, Ogupe tweeted, "God is not man. The enemies have tried in so many ways but kept on failing. Victory is of God." And now on foreign. The first banknotes bearing the image of King Charles III are set to enter circulation by May 2024, the Bank of England said on Tuesday as it unveils designs. The central bank said the portrait of the king will appear on existing designs of all polymer banknotes, £5, £10, £20 and £50, with no other changes to the existing designs. The king's image will appear on the front of the banknotes, as well as in the cameo in the see-through security windows. Charles, who is 74 years old, became king after the death in September of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The first coins bearing his likeness entered circulation earlier this month, the Royal Mint as previously announced. The new banknote featured an engraved portrait of Charles based on a photograph owned by the royal household and made available in 2013, the Bank of England told AFP. The design was finalized in the recent months and approved by the king. It's noted with the notes to be mass-produced from the first half of 2023. The new notes will only be printed to replace one predecessors and meet an overall increase in demand. Adding that will minimize the environmental and financial impact of the change. That means from May 2024 onwards, notes featuring both monarchs will co-circulate. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has made an unannounced visit to the frontline city of Bakhmut, where Ukrainian and Russian forces have fought a fierce months-long battle. He met troops and handed out awards to soldiers. For months, Bakhmut has been a key target for Russian forces in the Donetsk region and has been extremely badly damaged. However, Ukrainian forces have been able to hold back the advance. And now on our sports updates, let's join Jonah Malik.
And on sports updates, France football star and the 2022 Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema has announced his retirement from international football. This comes barely 24 hours after France lost the 2022 FIFA World Cup final to Argentina on Sunday night at the Lusail Stadium in Qatar. In a Twitter post on Monday afternoon, Benzema wrote, "I made the effort and the mistake it took me to be where I am today, and I am proud of it. I have written my story, and ours is ending." Benzema was sent home on the eve of the tournament after picking up an injury, but there was some speculation that he could return for the final against Argentina after playing a friendly match with Real Madrid. However, he rejected the opportunity to go back to Qatar after reportedly falling out with manager Didier Deschamps, according to Daily Mail. Benzema was the top scorer in the Spanish La Liga and the UEFA Champions League of 2021-2022 season as Real Madrid won both competitions. Still on sports, England completed a historic 3-0 clean sweep over Pakistan inside 40 minutes of the fourth day of the final test in Karachi. Needing 55 more runs, England took only 11.1 overs to reach their target of 167. Ben Duquette ended 82 not out, while Ben Stokes was unbeaten on 35. The two left-handers sharing an unbroken partnership of 73. England, on their first test tour of Pakistan in 17 years, become the first visiting team to win 3 matches in a series in this country. It also caps a year in which England have undergone a remarkable transformation under Captain Stokes and coach Brendan Macklem. This is their 9th win in 10 matches since their pair took charge. Attention will now turn to next summer when England will attempt to rain the ashes from Australia. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Augusta for more stories.
Thanks for the update, Jonah. On our entertainment news, Boomplay has declared Burna Boy as the most streamed artist on the platform in 2022. Burna Boy leads Ashake, who comes in at number 2, and Kiss Daniel, who is in the 3rd most streamed artist. In 2022, Burna Boy released his 6th studio album Love Damini, which emerged as the most streamed album on Boomplay Nigeria, Apple Music Nigeria, and Spotify Nigeria in 2022. Last, the smash hit of the album enjoyed international success that combines to propel Burna Boy to the top of the chart. Burna Boy has now emerged as the most streamed artist of 2022 on 3 of the major streaming platforms in Nigeria, in a remarkable feat that captures his hugely successful 2022. In addition to dominating the streaming platforms, Burna Boy will be wrapping up 2022 with 2 Grammy nominations for World Album and Global Song of the Year. Nollywood actress and television host Nancy Isime has built a 6-bedroom house for her father and family. The actress uploaded pictures of the house and expressed her happiness that she could finally finish it and give her family the keys on Monday, December 19, when she made this announcement on her Instagram page. Isime revealed that this is one of her biggest dreams and she's happy it has finally come to fruition. The actress shared that this was a way to thank her dad for letting her leave home daily at age 17 to chase her dream of becoming a full independent woman. Towards rounding up her caption, Isime stated that she couldn't be more grateful to God. Isime began her career as an actress in the 2011 TV series Echoes. She is also a television presenter known for presenting on many shows like The Squeeze, the technology show What's Hot, and backstage segment of MTN Project Film Season 7 and The Voice Nigeria. Former Hollywood film mogul Harvey Weinstein has been found guilty by a Los Angeles jury of raping a woman. The 2-month trial heard how Weinstein used his influence to lure women into private meetings before attacking them. The 70-year-old Oscar winner is facing up to 24 years in prison when he is sentenced. He is already serving 23 years in jail after he was convicted of rape and sexual assault at his first trial in New York 2 years ago. Weinstein was found guilty on Monday of rape and 2 sexual assault charges involving an accuser known as Jane Doe 1 to protect her anonymity. The jury could not reach verdict on allegations by Jennifer Sibel Newsom, the wife of California Governor Gavin Newsom, and a woman known as Jane Doe 2. A mistrial was declared on those 2 accounts. He was also acquitted of sexual battery against an accuser known as Jane Doe 3. The Shakespeare in Love and Pulp Fiction producer and co-founder of the entertainment company Miramax was wearing a grey suit and looked pale at the court in Los Angeles on Monday. But Monday's verdict focused on allegations by 4 women stemming from 2005 to 13. The jury of 8 men and 4 women spent 9 days deliberating on 3 charges of rape and 4 other sexual assault counts. The woman who Weinstein was convicted on Monday of raping, Jane Doe 1, was a Russian-born model. The trial first witness, she testified that she was in Los Angeles for an Italian film festival in February 2013 when a producer arrived uninvited at her Beverly Hills hotel room and raped her. And that's the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at the same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, MLC TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV 1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, adverts and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Matthias Ayodeji Peter. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Thanks till I come your way tomorrow. Have a blessed day.